It's surgery day and I had to take a shower and wash my hair, face, neck, ears with this easy scrub pad and look, and put no product or no conditioner on my hair. So, and I blow dried it because if I pull it back, it's going to dry it out. So look, it's fried. So getting ready is easy when you don't have to look good when you get there, but let's just go do this thing. Here I am pre-op, and they did this cute little hairdo. I guess that they could get to the scalp and do the cutting and the stitches and the staples. My sister-in-law was with me, and she took these photos. And here's a picture of me right after the surgery. It looks awful, doesn't it? This is day one. I literally had the surgery yesterday morning at 7 o'clock. I had a brow lift, upper eyelid, lower eyelid, some fat taken out of here in my cheeks and put in my lips and over here, and the neck done, and a deep plane facelift. I have absolutely no pain. I haven't taken a pain pill all day long. I'm taking some Tylenol to try to just make sure I don't have any pain. I do have 2 drainage tubes in that they'll take out in a week. And I have staples in my hair that I can't find to spray out witch hazel on. And I have stitches that I can't find to put benzoyl peroxide on. So I'm just spraying in the general direction. I also have my nose YAG lasered and under my eyes YAG lasered. And I think he did a little bit on my chin. So I'm about to put my salve on my eyes so I can go to sleep. I've got eye drops to put in there before I go to sleep to keep from getting infection. Do that for 3 days, but there's just no pain. The worst pain I've experienced was because I had a brow lift, and was the nurse putting a ice pack on my brow for literally 12 hours. I had a really bad headache from that, and I've got bruising from that. But the doctor said I look great, I look better than expected, and I'm excited for the results. So I know there's pain coming, there's more bruising coming, but not today. It's hard to talk. I have hydrogen peroxide I'm supposed to be putting on the stitches, but I can't really see them, so I'm just spraying in the general direction. This is the scrub I had to use on my face and my hair. I'm still whispering because my lips are so swollen. And then there's a pick that comes clean under your fingernails if you're scrubbing for surgery. But I just had to, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but that side was a little rough on my skin. And it doesn't smell good. It smells like wine, but I guess it got me germ-free and ready for surgery. Day 2, still no pain, except for a little sharp pain in my ear that lasted less than 30 seconds. I'm just taking Tylenol because they told me to take Tylenol. The only thing I want to do is just to scrub my face because it feels like it so needs exfoliation, and not in any pain at all. Just looking for each day to get better and better. Drinking my fluids, taking my meds. Day 3 is Friday. I had the surgery Tuesday morning, and I do not recommend trying to do this alone. I need a caregiver. I was Miss Independent, though I could do this by myself. I was wrong. I got up this morning and took my blood pressure medicine, didn't eat, did a lot of standing, waiting, walking around. Paid the price later in the afternoon with being dizzy and lightheaded. So put some cold compresses on my forehead and on my face because you can't put ice on your skin. They don't want you to put ice on your skin. And that made me feel better. I took a shower and tried to blow dry my hair a little bit, and it's going okay. Trust in the process. We're on day 4. This was one of the days I dreaded because everything that I read and watched said that days 4 and 5 are when you get most of the bruising and swelling and discoloration. So last night I didn't sleep well at all, despite having taken the sleep meds and half of a pain pill, which I was trying to avoid. But I felt really, really good today. I did like the cold compresses on my face, which really helped a lot with the it feels like the pressure after I got out of the showers. I'm taking 2 showers a day using baby shampoo only. And the hardest thing is dealing with these drains I didn't know I was going to have, and trying to wash my hair, and only drying my hair like once a day for the most part because they're really in the way. So I'm looking forward to getting these out Tuesday, I think, if they don't fall out before then. But the drainage is good. I haven't had a lot of fluids except for the first, I think the first day or second day or something, and then it's been like minimal. Since then, I'm not in any pain, but I can tell that, let's see if I can get closer. I can tell that my lips are getting bruised. I can see the skin discoloration when they did the laser around my mouth and on my nose. And you can't pick at that or scrub your face, so that's kind of super annoying. You just have to like stand underwater and let the water kind of drip off of it to get the dead skin off of it. So that's where we are. Day 4, still no regrets. Looking forward to the outcome. This has worked out well for me. I sanitize this bowl with hot water from my tea kettle. I add some of the ice that I bagged up and 2 clean bath cloths and some water from the filtered shower head that we had installed. And I'll let that kind of get cold. And I'm not allowed to put ice on my skin because it's supposed to be damaging. But they put the cold compresses on there, so this is not quite ready. You can see that it's wanting to stick. But I just keep the bath cloth in there, wring it out, and then I can put that like on my, I fold it up into fourths, either long ways or like in a square type formation. And I can put that on my face, my nose, my forehead, my chin, my cheek, my neck. And then when I get through with that one, I put it back at the bottom, swish it around and get the other one out, wring it out, and put it where I need to do. So I usually do that about anywhere from 30 minutes. Like a couple of days ago, I was doing it up to an hour at a time. And that seems to take some of the swelling pressure off after I get out of the shower. I guess because of the warm water, it feels like my face is like a little heated. And that cools it off and relieves some of the pressure. That's been very, 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 very helpful for me. We're on day 5, which is one of the days that I dreaded because according to all of my research, day 4 and 5 were supposed to be the worst for the bruising and the swelling. And you can see that I do have some bruising and swelling. I'll probably have a longer video up that shows you a little bit more in detail about the video that my friend took of the incisions and scars and the stitches and things like that today and the bruising. But she combed my hair out, which made me feel a lot better. I'm about to get back in the shower. I did my second rinse with baby shampoo. My physicians do not want me putting any conditioner in my hair because of the staples. So that's a little gross and weird. I can't wear my contacts for 10 days. But I feel fine. I'm not in any pain. I'm putting cold compresses on my face after I get out of the shower because the warm water helps to get the dead skin off. It also causes my face to want to swell up a little bit, get a little bit heated. So the cold compresses kind of alleviate that. I have been taking my temperature and I have not had a temperature. I'm taking my Tylenol to make sure I don't have any mild pain or discomfort and to help alleviate any swelling that I have. But I'm very much looking forward to having day 6 behind me. Hope I get a little sleep tonight. If I don't, I know it's because I had very anxious past 2 days, worrying about the outcome of things. The prednisone's kicking in, and my sleeping pills are just not working for me. So there's that, but I haven't been tired. I've been, trying to relax and take it easy, but still get up and be ambulatory so I can keep blood moving and things like that. But my mom and I did stay up late last night watching TV, so I think that helped to contribute towards not being able to sleep last night. Plus, we watched 3 movies. One which was Forrest Gump, which is hours long, but it was a good day. It was an enjoyable day. But just not having any pain. I have these drains after my plastic surgery, and they clip them to my pajamas like this, which it clips on the big ring. And I asked how I was supposed to take a shower and clip these to what, and they told me clip them to the shower curtain, which didn't make sense to me. So they gave me a very long piece of steri strip or something, and I just tie that around my neck. I'm very careful to come under the drains, and then I tie a knot in the front, take the clip off of my pajamas and put it on the front of the steri strip, and then take off my pajamas, and that's how I shower. And then when I come out of the shower, take a bath cloth and start blotting it dry. so I can get dry enough to put on my clean pajamas and then reclip these back to my pajamas. So that was the solution that I came up with. Not pretty, but it works. We're on day 6, so I made it past the worst days, which most people have reported as being days 4 and 5 of the emotional regret. What did I do? And the bruising and the swelling. I was so anxious about overcoming or conquering days 4 and 5 that I did not sleep well on night 3 and night 4 before those. And I really got kind of upset about it one night, and my mom was here with me, and I was worried about her, and I kind of broke down and started crying because I couldn't sleep. I wanted to control that part of my recovery and be able to go to sleep, and despite taking the pain meds, I was not able to go to sleep. So anyway, we got it worked out. And then yesterday, my friend came over, and my sister-in-law came over, and my mom was here, and my family came and visited me. And they kind of told me some of the things that added to my anxiety, that I can't control all of this stuff. And they told me that this and this and this is off of your routine. You're not getting regular massages. You're not taking your medicines. You're not wearing your stuff out at school. So naturally, you're not going to be as tired. So that calmed me down. And last night, I was able to go to sleep and get 2 hours of sleep with no medicine. It was a good deep sleep with wonderful dreams. And then I woke up, stayed awake in the middle of the night for a little bit. And then I did take my sleep medicine and slept for another 4 hours. So I count 6 hours of sleep a win at any time in my life. So I'm very, very happy about that. I feel great this morning. I still don't have any pain. I can feel the staples in my head. It's just like a sensation. I know they're there, but they don't hurt. They're starting to kind of itch a little bit, but not like I want to scratch them, but just kind of tingle a little bit. And I'm going to get dressed in a little bit. My sister-in-law are going to drive to the city where my surgeon operates, and we're going to spend the night there and maybe go out to eat if she wants to be seen with me. And then in the morning, I have my 1-week post-op checkup. And I'm hoping that they take the staples out. I have some staples on this side and then some staples on that side. A lot of staples on that side. A lot of stitches. And stitches under here. There's stitches inside my mouth. There's stitches here that I can feel now that the swelling has gone down inside my mouth and outside my mouth. I'm talking a little bit better. I'm hoping they take the stitches, some of the stitches out at least, and the staples out, and take these things off, because these have been challenging while I was getting in and out of the shower so many times a day, and just sleeping with them, worrying about yanking them out. And I finally decided if one comes out, then I don't have to deal with it anymore. We'll just put a Band-Aid over the hole and move forward. But I'm excited because I'm past the worst of it, and every day is just supposed to get a little bit better. So I'm not really sure. Because the bruising actually shows up better on when I'm filming, when I go back and look at that. And I can't really see that much in the mirror because of my vision. I don't have, can't put my contacts in. My glasses won't go on my pumpkin head yet. I just have to hold the glasses up and read like if they're a little mini spyglass, which is not fun, not accurate. So I did buy some magnifying glasses, but I didn't think about my head being swollen and having stitches over here that would make it uncomfortable to wear them. So there is that. But yeah, no pain, no regrets. Glad I had it done. Glad that every 5 minutes I'm closer to the end result instead of back where I was. So, day 6. One more thing about day 6. I can't put conditioner on my hair. I'm supposed to be like washing it or rinsing everything with baby shampoo, which is not that conditioning. And Aveeno baby shampoo smells far better than the Aquaphor, whatever it's called. And I can't put conditioner or oils on my hair, so it's very dry. I'm very, very concerned about it breaking off. Not having to put hydrogen peroxide in it, which is bleach, because I have bleached my hair. It is just going to weaken it and then leaving my scalp wet for a long time. Now, I'm hoping they tell me once they take these stitches out and staples out that I can put a little bit of conditioner, maybe at least on the end of my hair. But my friend did get a hair pick, and she got most of the tangles out. It just looks frizzy and feels awful. But I do have some really good conditioners in my arsenal, and I look forward to being able to use those again soon, I hope. And putting my contacts back in so I can see. But one thing making these videos, I haven't had to worry about my hair or my makeup because I haven't. So it's been fun. I'm going to show you some stills before we get to the gory part. This is me on day 2. I was given a compression facial garment that I needed to wear, and this is what that looks like on at 4 days post-op. It's quite comfortable, and I'm still sleeping in the compression garment just because it keeps my mouth closed, and I think that's going to be good for my healing. And here I am again at 4 days, and here I am at 5 days, and here I am at 7 days, about to go to my post-op checkoff. So now I'm going to show you some stills of my stitches and my staples, and these are not bad to look at, but the upcoming video is going to show a lot of bruising, a lot of cuts, a lot of blood, a lot of just the post-recovery gore from week 1. So if you want to stop and not watch that part, it's about to start. Tell me what you see, Rachel.
Well, tell me what you feel.
I feel fine.
Landscape. Move your hands.
This video and say it. I'll put whatever you say in the video. You can say what you see.
There are 11 staples here. No red. Some of the hair is up under the staples. As you see, no bad scabbing or really red raised areas around the staples. Got staples that come all the way down to the top of the ear, and then stitches on the ear, and then you come behind the ear to more staples that go around. This is the drainage tube insert site.
That's okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in front of there. Then roll your head just a little more that way. This is the right side. Again. And then starting behind the ear, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 going down. But then you also have the suture in the drainage thing that's behind that. I don't know how many I just said.
I don't know.
But that was the longest. That was the longest run of them I had found so far.
There's a lot more than I expected. The peas have been a great idea. I'm eating up either a fourth or half a can a day. They're easy to digest, and I eat them with a baby spoon, so they're fairly easy to eat. Pretty good source of protein and fiber.